Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. There's a particular kind of silence that belongs to the tail end of winter. The world feels suspended, caught between the deep sleep of January and the first real breath of the coming spring. If you look towards the damp shaded air corners of the earth, under the skeletal reach of ancient trees and among the foot of weathered stones, you'll see a quiet white revolution is taking place. The snowdrop is often the very first sign of life to break through the frost. They don't wait for the sun to stay high or the air to lose its bite. Instead, they push through the cold for a stubborn, delicate persistence. To see them in mass is to see a landscape transformed. What was once brown, dormant earth is suddenly washed with a sea of white. These are the fair Maids of February, and their arrival is the first true promise of the seasons are finally turning. It's easy to look at a snowdrop and only see fragility, but these plants are marvels of biological endurance. They carry a natural anthrophysis in their cells, allowing them to collapse during a hard frost and stand up perfectly upright again as soon as the temperatures rise a single degree. Their form is just as purposeful as their chemistry. The nodding head of a flower acts like a protective umbrella, shielding the precious pollen from wind, rain and sleet. Even their name tells a story, derived from the Greek words for milk and flower. They have a purity that seems to cut through the grey light of a winter's afternoon, growing with an inner luminance that almost feels defined against the backdrop of the dormant world. Wherever you find snowdrops in great numbers, you're usually walking through a place with a long memory. While they have naturalised across the countryside, they are often the markers of old gardens, forgotten boundaries and sacred spaces. They follow the lines of the walls that may have crumbled centuries ago, tracing these footsteps of those who planted them as a symbol of hope and consolidation. While there's a deep peace in watching them move in the wind, they don't demand the attention of the vibrant tulips or the loud daffodils of April as they do. They require a slow pace from us. You have to lean in close to see the inkling green honey guides on their inner petals. Tiny maps designed for the very first bees of the year. These are quiet moments. The frantic pace of modern life feels entirely irrelevant. You are simply a witness to a cycle as repeated for thousands of years. The season of the snowdrop is a fleeting one. Their time above ground is brief but vital. They take advantage of the narrow window of light before the canopy of the trees covers over and casts the forest floor into a deep summer shade. By the time the world is truly waking up, the snowdrops have already begun their retreat. They pull their energy back down into the bulb, storing away that sunlight and the winter rain, disappearing almost as quietly as they arrived. But for the few weeks they are their own landscape. They're a bridge between the no longer of winter and the not yet of spring. As we walk through these drifts of white, it's a reminder that resilience doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's just about being able to first to stand up in the cold. It's about the quiet strength required to bloom when the rest of the world is still waiting for permission. The snowdrops will soon be gone, but the sense of hope they leave behind will linger until the first leaves appear on the trees. Thank you for taking this quiet walk with me today. May these sights of the first bloom stay with you throughout the remaining days of winter. Thank you for watching. Please enjoy the remaining footage, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing to the channel. Take care of yourselves.